Hey guys, welcome back to Financial Professional. Today we'll talk about why and how Radioshack went out of business. Let's head into it. Number 6. Their declining success. There's a long rundown of issues that led to this point when it comes to why Radioshack is now preparing to hit dead air. After a series of self-inflicted mistakes that set in motion its money-losing decline, the company is nearing its last gasp. On Monday, the New York Stock Exchange suspended trading in its common shares and began proceeding to delist the company, which has more than 4,000 stores nationwide. The business expanded into retail stores in the Northeast, as well as operating a mail order business for electronics after selling supplies to radio officers on ships in 1921. In 1963, Tander Leather Company purchased it, with Tandy changing its name to Radioshack. For the retailer, the following few decades marked a string of achievements, including riding the CB radio craze in the 1970s, as memorialized in pop culture classics such as Smokey and the Bandit of 1977 and Convoy of 1975, about truckers using their CBs to spark a revolt. Radioshack launched a TRS-80 from there as the first mass-produced personal computer. For the electronics retailer, it ended up as a surprise hit, but Radioshack failed to leverage that into additional PC market achievements. A catalog of poor strategies and missed opportunities is what happened over the next few decades. Number 5. The cell phone kiosk. While the TRS-80 was extremely popular, Radioshack failed to keep up with the revolution in personal computers that came from competitors in the 1980s and 1990s.
Tandy Radioshack has played a significant role in the growth of personal computers.
The hardware business became unprofitable, and one former executive told Bloomberg News that because it was not a moneymaker, he was told to keep computer sales to less than 10% of the business mix. In 1993, when Radioshack stopped producing computers, it turned to a new technology to make profits: cell phones. While that initially attracted customers to the stores, it also resulted in the company having some serious problems. The stores of Radioshack essentially became cell phone kiosks, but it took about 45 minutes per person to sign up clients, tying up employees of the store. Bloomberg note that frustrated the core clients of the store, enthusiasts of electronics, and weakened the brand. Mobile carriers then moved away from relying on Radioshack and began operating their own competing stores, leading to a drop in Radioshack's mobile phone revenue.
A new generation of affordable cellular phones at an incredible price breakthrough from Radioshack, the technology store.
Number 4. Failing to ramp up on e-commerce. Radioshack has made movements, including a ship-to-store model, towards e-commerce efforts, but the program, which enables customers to order products online and pick them up from the local Radioshack, began in 2006, when Amazon was already a giant internet retail force. In the late 1990s, Radioshack's website did not allow consumers to shop, while other businesses such as Best Buy and Walmart were running early e-commerce sites. It offered store locators and press releases instead, but nothing could be purchased by customers. Claire Bobrowski, a former Radioshack CEO from 2005 and 2006, told Bloomberg that Radioshack never plunged into e-commerce the way its competitors did, partly because it dealt with store problems. Number 3. Marketing confusion. Remember the Shack? As it tried to find its way in a rapidly changing retail environment, this was one of the confusing marketing decisions coming out of Radioshack. The company wanted to seem cool by referring to itself as the Shack, but the move was widely ridiculed, while critics pointing out that the company had problems far deeper than its name. On top of it, tech website The Technologizer wrote in 2009, "The Shack is a lousy name, failing to create any connotations with the brand and sounding like a ramshackle." Number 2. Weird mix of inventory. Radioshack has a problem that doesn't have to be addressed by big box stores: limited store space. The retailer has to be careful about picking the right mix of inventory to draw customers inside and keep them buying, with many of its stores packed into smaller strip mall locations. Radioshack's inventory, however, was often just, well, strange. Radioshack would push glittery looking products to the front, apart from the basics that enthusiasts came in to buy, which often failed to win over customers.
Checking this place out. It is a little more bare bones and not as focused on the radio hobby in general.
Take this account from John Boyce, a former employee of the Radioshack store, who wrote about having to sell unsellable crap. His store was once required to stock Brum cars that nobody had ever heard of in America. That is because they are based on a television series for British children that only aired on Discovery Kids. Radioshack's demise is like retracing the steps and doings of a drunk person. Okay, here's where he keyed the cop car. Wait, why'd he do that? I don't know, but his pants are lying here, so this is before he stripped naked and tried to rob the library. Boyce wrote in SB Nation. Number 1. Failing to catch on to the maker movement. While Radioshack peddled mobile phones and sold remote control cars, a burgeoning movement growing right under its nose seemed to be missing: the maker movement.
Automated manufacturing rather than manual driven manufacturing.
Look, the robots are coming now. Where we're at with artificial
As DIYers apply their handwork to technology and engineering pursuits, such as making homemade robots, this movement is gathering speed. Radioshack has recently caught on onto the movement, but Bloomberg News notes that it apparently came too late. Customers are already going for materials elsewhere, and most of the stores in Radioshack don't have the type of inventory that maker enthusiasts are looking for. I wouldn't even call this a failure. I'd call it an assisted suicide. Scott Galloway, a professor of marketing at New York University Stern Business School, told Bloomberg, "It's amazing it's taken this long for the company to go out of business." What do you think about Radioshack? Can you believe it that they went out of business? Let us know in the comment section. This brings us to the end of our video. I hope you enjoyed it. Hit like if you did, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel so that you don't miss any of our videos in the future. Also, watch the 2 videos that are on your screen because I'm sure you'll love them. With that, I'll see you in the next video.